Hello, everyone, and welcome to Speak Up Sis podcast. This is the place where everyday women and men have an opportunity to share their stories to inspire yours. We say what you think no one wants to hear, but everyone needs to know. I'm your host, Angel Charmaine, and today, everyone, we are at the very last episode of the mini series Starting and Scaling Your Brand, where CJ Benjamin, the lead strategist of the brand room, has been our expert to share with us about branding. He has been talking now. I think we've had about 5 episodes in this series, and he's been talking to us about how to start our brand, how to scale those brands. He has been talking to us about answering all the different questions that we have about our brands. And he's given us lots and lots and lots of nuggets and good information. Every episode has been chock full of good stuff. He's given us slides and all sorts of things. So if you have missed any of the previous editions of this mini series, all you have to do is go tap into Speak Up Sis podcast on any podcasting platform, and you'll be able to access us and listen to any of those previous editions. Okay, so I'm gonna give CJ just a moment to get back into the space with us. But before I do that, I think there are some people who are in the room. And so I'm going to bring you on into the room and let you and see what's going on with you. I see we've got, I don't know who this Facebook user is, but hello and happy Tuesday to you as well. Thank you for joining us into the conversation. Um, Here, CJ is here with us, so I'm going to bring him on in. Hi, CJ, how you doing? And welcome back to Speak Up Sis podcast for our last edition of Starting and Scaling Your Brand. How you doing?
Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad to be here. I'm doing great. Nice to see you again. I
It's
think it's been a
always a
minute.
yes. It feels like it's been a long time, but it's been a what two? It has been two. It's been 2 weeks.
Absolutely, yeah.
It has been 2 weeks, and you've been working hard branding Speak Up Sis.
Right. And the magazine.
And I know you've got other clients that you're working for. And sometimes, y'all, I feel so I sometimes I'm like, oh, CJ, I have so much work for him to do that I'm like, oh, I hope I'm not sending you too much work at one time. But I've got a lot of things going on, a lot of good stuff going on, and I'm super excited to have you, CJ, as part of the Speak Up Sis team, as well as your entire team at the brand room. So, believe we've got someone else popping in. Okay, that Facebook user is Tiana. Hi, Tiana. She says, I'm not sure why my info didn't load. It's all good, sis, but we see you and thank you for joining us. Tiana is one of your clients as well, correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, um, listen, y'all know I don't put my John Hancock on everything and everybody. So if I tell y'all the brand room is amazing, you can guarantee that they are amazing. So today, you all are going to get to hear from CJ. He's got some more information he wants to share with you. We're not going to be here long. If you all don't have questions, if you don't interact with us today, then we're going to wrap a little earlier than we typically do, but we will stay here if you have the questions for him. Utilize the time and the opportunity. So CJ, I'm going to let you go ahead um, and jump right on in with how you want to start today.
Okay. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're doing great. Right. So today we're just going to do probably just go through a lot of stuff that we've been talking about lately. But there's something I would like to share with you, and it's about the fact that everything that you call dream in your heart, whatever it is that's happening in you that you're trying to translate, probably to begin to have some sort of physical expression, is a function of the exposure that you've acquired over time. And let me make it a little bit simple for everyone to grab. Here's what I'm saying: you cannot dream above your level of exposure. So 2024 is coming. The truth is that everything that you're going to be manifesting in 2024, every idea that you're going to be expressing, everything that you're going to be, putting out in the world, is a function of the things that you embody, is a function of the ideas that is running in you. But the thing is that you cannot dream above your level of exposure. You cannot dream above what is happening in you. So for it to happen outside of you, for it to take some sort of physical expression, it has to first of all be an exposure that you've acquired, right? So one of the things I want to drop on you today is that you need to expand the way you acquire information. You need to expand your mind. You need to, at a level, begin to interact with information at a level that is beyond what you already know, what you're already thriving with, what you're already conversant with. It's time to expose yourself the more. It's time to stretch your mind. It's time to stretch your spirit. It's time to stretch your skills, because you cannot build $1 million brand with a minimum wage brand ethics. You cannot build a powerful brand, outside of what you know. So when we talk about people expressing dreams and goals at a level, it's because they have it inside of them. I discovered that oftentimes we try to tell people to dream big or try to do something big, something out of the box, try to stretch themselves. But the issue is people cannot dream above their limits, right? You cannot dream above what is happening inside of you. So the thing you need to do in this moment, if you're going to manifest at a level in 2024, which is the year I call the build year, it's time to build, right? It's time to build something that is going to stretch you, something that is going to make people ask you questions like, what are you doing? Because they are unreasonable. They are things that ordinarily you wouldn't be engaging yourself in, because they are weighty, because they embody some sort of capacity that they think you cannot curate at a level. So if you're going to manifest at this level that I'm talking about in 2024, you need to expand yourself. You need to expand your thinking. You need to embody some level of information that is beyond what you currently have. So it's time to stretch yourself for the build year, for the year that I call the build year. The year that you're going to build something that is going to look so massive that people cannot fathom the fact that you can actually dream of something like this. You need to, at a level, expand your thinking, expand how you do things, expand your network, expand your capability to curate and deploy ideas at a level, right? So, what am I saying? It's time to take off everything that seems to be limiting you. It could be mindset, it could be your environment, it could be the things that you are accustomed to, it could be the fact that you don't even have the funding to curate some level of dream or to deploy them at a level. But that is not the problem. I tell you, that's not the problem. Vision, provision is what comes when vision is intact. But what happens when the vision does not have a plan, when there is no, some sort of lay down procedure to curate and deploy that dream? It's all a function of the fact that your exposure is limited. Your level of articulation and sensitivity is low. So you cannot even articulate that there is a way to begin to do some certain things. right? You cannot articulate that what you're doing right now could become big. That, you know, there are some things that you're doing that you don't even need your money to do it, right? Because the big ideas that you see there today, they are not self-funded. The big things that you're seeing, Facebook, Amazon, all the big ideas, Louis Vuitton, you know, the Gucci's that you know, they are not self-funded. These ideas were funded by people outside the curation of the idea. So they are not self-funded. So your problem is not so much about funding. Your problem is your ability to articulate that your dream is valid and your dream is doable, and the fact that you can take and stretch yourself beyond the confines of what you can think about, what you can imagine, right? So today I'm just going to help you understand how to, you know, action your dreams, action the goals that you have. 2024 is the build year. It's time to build something that is beyond your imagination. How are you going to do it? How are you going to start it? You have that plan. Some of us have already started, you know, curating our New Year resolutions. But the truth about it is not about New Year resolution. It's not about, you know, putting some things down. It's about how keen percenting your idea is your idea, you know, being driven by some sort of conviction? Do you have the strategy to deploy the idea? Do you have this? It's not about just writing. Do you have a laid down procedure to curate that idea, or is it just another form of resolutions? Resolutions don't change years, right? What changes years are the audacity of men that have decided to do things beyond the metrics of their imagination. Do you have the audacity to drive? It's not about intelligence. Trust me, there are a lot of things people are doing is not a function of their intelligence. Intelligence is overrated. Smartness is overrated. The people that are doing massive things are not more intelligent than you. Nobody is smarter than you. Nobody is more wise than you could ever think you are. No, the problem is not intelligence, actually, but the problem is your audacity. Do you have the guts to do things at a level? The people you're seeing building massive industries, building massive things in their niche are not more intelligent than you are. The only difference is what I call God's audacity. Do you have the audacity to do it? Right. So you need to curate an unfathomable audacity within you and tell yourself, I am designed to do something powerful, something unimaginable in the world. And because what I'm designed to do, there's somebody out there whose destiny is connected to it, whose, you know, progress is connected to it, whose impact in the world is connected to it. Yes, Tiana says yes. My word for 2024 is strategy. That's an on time word. Yes, you need to have the strategy to curate that idea, right? You need to have strategy to curate it. So this is very important. It's time to build God within you. Lay aside what I call fear, right? Those false appearances that seems to be appearing real. Such, you know, the false audacities. There is the false audacity, but there is the good audacity. You need to curate it within you. That audacity that says, I embody what it takes to build. I embody what it takes, you know, to build that therapy industry, to build that thing that looks like Facebook, to build that thing that looks like Stripe, to build that thing that looks like what is it called, the Oprah Winfrey Network, to build that thing, whatever it is. There's something about guts that you need to have. It's not so much about intelligence. Yes, intelligence is good, but there is something about guts. There's something about audacity. The people that are doing great things, they are people that have audacity, not necessarily people that are smart, right? I don't know. You must have, you know, seen people doing massive things, and you can tell these people are not smarter than me. These people are not more intelligent than I am. They don't even have more money. It's just that they have some sort of audacity. So
I like
2024,
that
you
you're I like that you're using the word audacity. I like the word audacity. And when I think about the word audacity, Um, some when people will say, she had the audacity to think she could do that, or how dare he think he can do that, right? But in order to do anything, whether it's big or small, anything that is beyond what you typically do, anything that takes you out of your normal space and requires you to show up differently, that's going to require something different, extra of you, is going to require a level of audacity, right? You've got to get to a place where you gotta ask yourself, like, why not me? Why shouldn't I do this? Why wouldn't I do this? Why wouldn't God give me something like this to do, right? So I heard you say audacity, and I felt like I needed to jump in there because I love that word. And I like the fact that you say oftentimes it's not your intelligence, it's not the smartest person in the room who gets things done. Most of the people who are doing amazing things will tell you they either dropped out of college, right? They didn't do well in school. I remember Lisa Nichols talking once about how she had an English teacher tell her she would never, right, do well speak. She should never speak again.
Right.
That's what she told her. You should never speak again. Now, this woman runs an empire, a global empire, where she makes her money speaking and teaching people how to share their stories via speaking. But someone said to her, you should never, you're so terrible at this, you should never do this again. But she had the audacity to believe that was a lie. That's not the truth. I can do what it is that I set my mind to do. I think sometimes when people see the things that are happening with Speak Up Sis, it's like, how dare you think that you can do this? How dare you think that? And it is, some people have different words for it. I say don't get hung up on the words. Some people might call you cocky. Listen, let people call you what they want to call you. There's a song, Chrisette Michelle sings this song, and in part of the lyrics, she says, um, say what you want, right? You call me what you want, say what you want, as long as you say goodbye. And she's like, you can hate me all you want. You can say whatever as long as you leave. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing,
Yeah.
I say that to say, let people say whatever they want as long as you continue to show up and do what it is that you have the guts and the bravado, the tenacity, the whatever, right? The audacity to do, you'll get it done. And the people will show up. The people with the brains, they'll show up.
Absolutely.
When
Right.
you have the audacity to believe that you can do what it is that you're wanting to do, then your boldness will draw people to you who will help you get all the things done. But if you don't believe
Absolutely.
you can do it, right? So
Right.
I'm gonna give it. Hold on a second, CJ. We got a few comments. Remember, y'all,
Okay.
today you are able to ask questions. Ask the questions. You have a brilliant. Not only does CJ have audacity and guts and bravado and tenacity and persistence. Not only does he have all of those, but the man is brilliant as well. So he's intelligent. You powerful when you can back up the audacity
Right.
with the brilliance. So before you
Absolutely.
go in, we've got Audra Lowe. Audra Lowe,
Okay.
hi Audra, it's good to see you. She says, when working the vision, should we have a committee? That is, I could speak a mile a minute on this one, but I'm not. When working the vision, should we have committee, people with the same mindset? Go ahead, CJ. I'm gonna let
Right.
you answer
So
her.
when you are running a vision, it's true to have, yes, a committee, whatever you choose to call it. You could call it your team. You can call it your your mastermind network, you can call it your colleagues, but whatever you choose to call it, the truth is that you need to have a team. And these people might not have the same mindset with you, but they should be thinking in line with you, right? They might not need to talk like you, they might not need to reason like you. There should be some sort of diversity in curating and gathering your team. But one thing that should be centric is the vision. The vision should be centric. The vision should be the center of attention. So every idea is connected to the vision. Everything that is going to be deployed is connected to the vision, right? So you should have your committee, you can have your board of trustees, you can have your director, whatever you choose to call it, but the people must not necessarily think like you, right? Diversity is the beauty of every room. When people from different backgrounds, different mindsets, different ideas come together to build something. But make sure that the vision is centric. The vision is the center of attraction, right? So that people will not deviate from the context, which is the vision. The vision is the context, right? But if you're talking about mindset in terms of having one vision, one idea concerning something that is valid. But if your concept of mindset is about people that thinks like you, talks like you, reasons like you, no, you can have people with different background, different concepts, different expertise coming together to build a wholesome vision. What should be centric is the vision, not necessarily the background, not necessarily the expertise, not necessarily how things are done. So once you're building your vision, have people from different backgrounds, so long as they can deliver on purpose, so long as they can help you curate that idea, deploy that idea, birth that idea at the level that you're thinking and imagining, right? Diversity is key. People with different thoughts, system, people that can actually deliver based on the centricity of the vision. The vision is the attraction. You are not the attraction. They don't have to talk like you. They don't have to think like you. Trust me, I don't necessarily think like Speak Up Sis, but I'm part of the team. So I bring my intelligence, I bring my ideas, I bring what I have, bring it to the table, and we curate things at a level that can birth meaning. Right. So
You
when
mean you
working
don't
with
think like Speak Up, sis?
we
What do you
don't
mean?
necessarily we don't necessarily think alike. That's the truth, right? Because
That's the truth.
I'm coming with my own ideas. Sometimes we have to bring our ideas, dissect it. Sometimes my ideas would have to, go and her idea plays out, and sometimes her idea dies down and mine plays out. What we're trying to do is to make sure that the best is deployed, not necessarily who owns the vision, not necessarily who is the originator of the idea, right? What is centric is how do we make this idea become something that the people can leverage, buy into at a level, and it's solving problem. It's not about me, it's not about her, it's not about what we can get out of it. It's about the fact that this vision is moving forward, right? So the center of attraction is the vision, not individuals. That's very important. We don't have to think alike, we don't have to talk alike, we don't have to sound alike. But one thing that should be our focus is the vision. What are we trying to achieve? How will this thing sell better? How will this magazine reach the world? How would Speak Up Sis, penetrate the world? How would this graphic connect with the people at the most unique level and way that it could actually reach them? It's not about me, it's not about her. It's not about the colors that she likes. It's about the market. Very important. It's about the market. So when you run your vision, have your team, have your committee, have your board of directors, whatever you choose to call it wherever. But one thing is centric, the vision, right? So
Yeah.
it's not
I
about
think
you. It's
and
about the
Audra,
vision.
I think CJ said, I believe he said this, and I just kind of want to reiterate that the diversity is the beautiful thing of your team. I personally I currently have an advisory committee, and I'm still building into the committee. And I am actually intentionally looking for people who don't think like me. I'm intentionally looking for people who don't do what I do. I'm not looking to have advisors who are who want to be empowerment, women empowerment, or I'm not looking for advisory team members of people who want to have magazines and things. I'm not. I'm looking for people who have skill sets that I don't have. I'm looking for people to advise me in the arenas where I am ignorant, because I'm going to learn from them, and they're going to be able to ensure that I know the things that I don't know. They're going to, you know what, when you invite people with from different backgrounds, different perspectives, different ideas, they help you in your blind spot. If you think about a vehicle driving, if you're in a big truck, because we got big dreams, right? We're riding this great big truck. You can't see the things that are in your blind spot. You can see ahead of you. You can even see behind you in your rear view. You even have your side mirrors that allow you to see certain things in your peripheral. But there are blind spots that you cannot see when you're driving a massive vision. And people who are not they're not positioned where you are, they don't see things the way you see things, will be able to see the things that are in your blind spots. So you want people on your team who will be able to see branding. They'll be able to see marketing and promoting. They'll be able to see finances. They'll be able to see legal things. They'll be able to see all the things that you can't see. And then you don't have to focus on them, because other people are able to do that, and you can focus on what you want to focus on. Second thing is, even with the diversity, I will say, like CJ said, I want to reiterate, the one place that you have to be, there can't, because the Bible says, how can two walk together unless they agree? Just because you have different perspectives don't mean you disagree on the vision and the purpose of a thing. You understand? You may have different ways of working it. You may have different ways of making it, grow and all these things. You may have different ideas on what type of workshops you should have, or what type of book you should write, or whether it should be green or blue or whatever. But what you should not differ on, and I don't mince words about this, if you don't believe that Speak Up Sis is the premier financial supporter of Kingdom Visions, and that we do that by creating spaces and providing opportunities for everyday people to share their stories, to build resilience and inspire others. If you don't believe that that's what we should be doing, if you don't believe that we have the capability of creating spaces globally, if you don't believe that, then you can't be on my team at all. Nowhere. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care
Absolutely.
how graphically nothing you are. If you don't believe that Speak Up Sis is not capable, but was created and designed and have the potential and the ability to create global spaces and opportunities so that people's businesses can be financially sound and astute. If you don't believe that, you cannot be on this team. Now, I'd rather have somebody, CJ is way across the world somewhere, thinks differently, lives differently, got a whole different culture. But one thing I know is that CJ and his team, and probably because he believes his team follows suit, but CJ believes that Speak Up Sis is a global empire. And he works to that, period, hands down. And so I trust him. I don't have to worry about what he's doing for Speak Up Sis, because I know he believes in the vision, lock, stock, and barrel. We're good. You understand? So, Audra, I want to make sure that you hear that. When you say you want like minded people, they need to be like minded in that they believe in your vision the same way you believe at the you know what I'm saying? Got people on my team who keep me empowered to run when I get a little like about speak up
Right.
sis. I have people on my team. I think they love speak up sis more than I do sometimes. And they're like, Angel. Because I'm like, it's not working, it's not happening, the money's not. They're like, Angel, can you not see the people that you're touching? Can you not see it? And they love speak up sis so much that they draw me back in when I'm trying to go find something else to do. You want those kind of people on your team. Okay.
Right.
Um, I hope all that helped. I want to make
Okay.
sure that we're Cage Hunter says capitalize on the experience and different perspectives. Did you see a comment that you wanted to take a look
Okay.
at?
So I've seen where Tiana said. So there's something I'm going to do. I'm just going to do this for the next, let's say from tomorrow to probably 24th. If you
Okay.
think you want to talk about building a team, or there's something that you want to do and you need to talk about it. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, this is free. This is free, right? You are not paying for it. This is just me trying to help you. Like, I want to trigger you to do stuff next year, right? So just get to reach out to me somehow. I don't know how you're going to do it. Probably on Facebook, Instagram, however you want to do it. Just book a section with me, 30 minutes. Let's talk about it. So what I want to do is to light you up a little bit to begin to do what you need to do, right? You're not paying for it. Just book a section with me and let's just talk about it. How to probably get, there are different kinds of team for different kinds of business, right? The kind of team I might need for my business might not be the kind of team that you need. And it's important for you to kind of understand the kind of business you're doing and the kind of team that you need. Some of these teams you don't need to pay for it. Some of them could just be that you need an associate or associates in what you're doing at a level. So it's about articulating the kind of business you're doing and the kind of team that you need, right? So I'm going to ask you to head on to brandroom.io or just chat me up on Facebook, or if you have my WhatsApp number, just connect, book a section. Let's just talk about what you need to do next year, right? So for people that says that, okay, I think Tiana said that her problem is, building a team. She says building a team is a challenge for me. It's taking some unlearning and relearning. Being in private practice, it's so easy and common to kind of be on an island all by myself, right? So I understand all of that. For people that think that, okay, I can do this, building a team and all of that, there is a way to the city. There's a way to do everything, right? It's all about understanding and embodying the intelligence to be able to deploy, based on whatever it is that you're running. So let's talk about it and we get all of that solved. So okay, I'll also, so I'm speaking specifically to, I think Tiana can do that, Audra. So if you think you want to talk about whatever thing that you're doing and how to get it done, book a section, let's talk. You're not paying for it. Right. So let me move ahead. I just want to share with you a little bit about the fact that whatever thing that you're trying to do, you need to clarify your plans and intentions next year, right? If you're going to deploy that dream, if you're going to deploy those goals that you have, you need to clarify your plans and intention. That's one. And secondly, you need to reach out to people you want to be in your team. Whoever it is that you need to be in your team, right? Just it's time to reach out to them, begin to talk to them, begin to chat them up, begin to feast that meeting, have a meeting, have some sort of discussions around whatever it is that you're thinking or planning, right? The team can help you flesh it out. The team can help you find a perspective that's going to work perfectly for your dream, for your goal for next year. And there's something I tell people, also ask these people how you can be of help in their own lives or in their own businesses, wherever it is they are doing. There's always a way that you can help out in what they are building, right? So, in case, and this is about people who are building synergistic businesses, right? Where you are synergizing with people, they are helping you out do stuff and you're helping them out do stuff. So there's some sort of partnerships that could work, both ways. You're helping them deploy stuff, build stuff, be part of their team, they're part of your team and stuff like that. So there are different ways to build. And the fourth thing I want you to do is to decide what needs to be done. Sit down, think about what you need to do. When you decide what needs to be done, then you can know who fits into doing it, right? Decide what needs to be done. When you decide what needs to be done, then you can assign the people that could help you, to deploy that dream, that vision, that goal, whatever it is. And lastly, get things done, right? It's time to get things done. However, you're going to do it, get things done. At the end of the day, at the end of all the conversations, at the end of all the meetings, at the end of all the strategy sections that you can ever have, have with people, have your team. If you are not getting things done, everything that you've done, it's all useless. So the end of it all is that you are getting something done. You are building something. You are curating something. You're developing something. You're building something. People are being impacted by what you're doing. People's lives are being touched by the visions and the dreams that you have. And can I tell you something? Stop doing small things. Stop doing things that you can do, unquote, right? Stop doing things that you feel, okay, I can do this. Do things that are big, some things that are bigger than you, bigger than your pocket, bigger than your bank account, bigger than the connections that you have. These things are going to stretch you, right, to think beyond your confines, think beyond your comfort zones, right? Think beyond your environment. Like I've always told you, the power of a brand is in its global appeal. The ability of a brand from the backside of nowhere, from one corner of the earth, finding expression in different parts of the world without you being there. So it's about doing something global, doing something that no matter where you are, people from different parts of the world can leverage on what you are doing, right? Do something that is beyond you for once. Next year is the build year, and trust me, what you do not do matters, and what you do matters. So it's important you get this. What you do not do is going to matter next year and beyond, and what you do is also going to matter. So it's time to get things done. It's time to build something massive. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but whichever way you can, make sure you are building something that people are going to ask you, how are you thinking? How were you able to articulate this? How were you able to dream about something as big as this? Because they're going to look at you, they're going to be like, is this not Jesus? Is this not the son of the carpenter? Is his father not Joseph? All manner of things. People are going to talk, but the truth about it is, when you are not doing something, people are going to talk. When you are doing something, people are going to talk. So you might as well do something great, right? So it's time to build something massive, right? Do something massive. Sit down, curate that idea, gather a team around it, intentionalize yourself, right? The word is driven by people who have audacity, not the people who are smart. Smartness is great. I'm not disputing that. Trust me, I believe in smartness. I believe in intelligence. I curate intelligence. I embody intelligence. But I can tell you for a fact that the people driving things in the world are not smarter than you. Nobody's smarter than you. Nobody's more intelligent than you are. These are people who embody some level of audacity. And I can tell you, it's time to build. Whatever you're doing, it's time to build beyond, right? So the hashtag for next year is build beyond. It's time to build beyond you, build beyond your family, build beyond your friends, build beyond your environment, build beyond what your eyes can see. Begin to embody weightiness at a level that people are going to be like, this is not you. You are thinking beyond your environment. You're thinking beyond, the people around you. It's time to build beyond. Put it down somewhere, build beyond. That's what 2024 is for those who wants to do something beyond their environment, beyond what they could ever think or imagine. It's time to build beyond, right? So what I'm doing today is to encourage you. You have what it takes. There's no motivational speaking, but trust me, you have all it takes, right? And if you tell yourself that you don't have it, trust me, you don't have it. But if you can, for once, believe that you can do something massive next year, do something that people are going to marvel at, the kind of audacity that you've been able to curate for yourself and for that dream that you have. Trust me, you're going to be an alien in the lives of people, right? You know what an alien is, right? You know that point when people are looking at you like, okay, who is this? What is she thinking? What does she think? Who does she think she is? You are just blowing their minds. They can't fathom you because what you're doing is just massive, right? It's what 2024 is all about. It's time to build beyond. So think like an alien, think beyond your environment. It's time to build, right? Let the people talk, let them say that you can't do it, but they're going to see you doing it, right? So it's time to build. And in case you need help, whichever way, if you need the intelligences that you need to deploy that dream at a level, at a global level, trust me, I don't like ideas that are not global. I don't like it when people are trying to do things to manage. That's not me. So if you want to do something that's going to shake the environment, you can talk to me, but I can oblige you for this moment, for this year. Trust me, we can talk about it. But next year, if you want to do something massive, let's talk about it. Let's build together. Let's deploy ideas together. Let's synergize. I don't know how it's going to happen, but if you think it's workable, we can do it, right? So it's time to build. It's time to build. It's time
CJ,
to
are you
build now,
clapping at us? What? I mean, you are clapping
right?
between words at us. Is
Yeah.
this is
No.
emphasizing? I don't think I have
Yeah,
ever
it's about
seen.
emphasizing what I'm talking about. It's time to do it, right? Whichever way you're going to do it, it's time to build, right? It's time to
Yes,
build. So get it done. Get it done. If you
get
think you
it,
need
make
ideas,
it happen, make it
absolutely.
happen. So the my word, and this is how good teams work, right? CJ is saying, he's telling you all that this year, build beyond, like this year it's a year of building. And the Lord has given for me and Speak Up Sis, because you all know this 2023. Remember, I told you all at the end of 2022 that 2023 was a year of increased capacity. And look where I'm sitting, right? At the beginning of 2023, y'all remember, y'all can go find the videos, right? I told you the Lord said this year was a year of increased capacity, where, and capacity, right? Meaning the ability to hold a thing, the ability to produce a thing. And that is exactly what has happened this year. Speak Up Sis has increased in its capacity to do, to hold, to produce. Um, and this coming year and years to come, the next few years will be all about sustainability. He has increased the capacity, and now it is about sustainability. And I say, it kind of, for me, the way it all works together in this new year, building, you want to ensure that how you build will be a sustainable. And I don't think people think about that in terms of branding. when you're looking at being sustainable 5, 6, 7 years from now, you want to look at the foundation of how you are beginning the thing so that you can properly scale. And so branding is important when you start looking at sustainability. Will what you're building last? Right? There are brands that have outlasted their founders, their owners, their creators, right? There are brands that we don't even know the people who started them
True.
because they're so massive. Because when they built for longevity and sustainability. One day there will be people who don't even know my name attached to Speak Up Sis, but they will know Speak Up Sis. Do you understand? And so if you're looking to grow something massive, something that impacts the world, then you need to come on and get with it. Connect with the people who have vision for the future, have vision for kingdom, have vision for people beyond your neighborhood and your street, right? Your city and even your state or even your region. And I want to sidebar this because I noticed what CJ said, and I heard it, and I said, okay, I want to make sure I address it. There are some of you who have been mandated to your local area. There are. There are some people who are supposed to impact their local area, and there's nothing wrong with that. I want to be clear on that. There are some of you who have businesses and things that are designed for local areas. Remember, there are spirits and principalities and high places everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? And so there are some visions that are supposed to go out into all right of the globe to touch. And then there are people who are designed to it's sort of concentrated, right? In areas. That is okay. And I heard CJ say that he deals with global visions. He knows what his job is. If you are coming to him and you don't realize that what you have is designed for a region, for an area, for something that's not global, but you get to him, it is quite possible. Yes, he can help you with what you're doing regionally, but you got to understand that with his suggestions, his feedback, the stuff he's going to bring to the table is going to expand what you're doing to something larger. If that's not what you want, you need to be sure of who you are, what your vision is, what your specific mission is, and what you want, so that you don't start working with a team who's already told you they're global minded and then start saying, well, I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't think this ain't me. This is this. This is, you know why? Because you have a local, regional, even national vision, but you connected someone who has global vision. Listen, you're not going to get small scale with someone who has been who's been created to do something larger. So you need to vet who you're working with too. And he's already told you. And I'm saying this because we've been working together a bit, and I know of some times where they have worked to expand to bring a vision up to what it really is, but the person with whom they're working couldn't see that they had a global vision. They couldn't see that the work they were doing was bigger than where they were, and they complained the whole time. And I was like, gosh, you know what I'm saying? And so, but the thing is it is what it is, right? So know who you are and what you're doing before you call and talk to this man and take up 30 minutes of free time. CJ, I'm not putting no websites up. I'm gonna let you tell them again, because the way I feel about it is when people really want a thing, they go get it. I'm not
Absolutely.
going to sit here because I was like, oh, Lord, let me go find the email. Let me go find something that they can connect to. I'm not doing that. CJ said if you want, he's giving you 30 free minutes because I pay for I pay for what I get. But he's giving you he didn't give me 30 free minutes. I I agreed to pay, and so now I get to talk to him when I want to. But he's giving you 30 minutes of his time because you are on this space, because you are listening to this podcast, because he believes in Speak Up Sis and he believes in the people connected to Speak Up Sis and he wants to be helpful. So if you want to work with the man, he's already told you you can find him on Facebook. He's on here. I think I tag him and everything. All you got to do is click on his name. If you can't take the time to click on this man's name and send him a message, then why would you waste 30 minutes of his time? That's what I'm saying. So connect with him on Facebook. He's also on Instagram. You can DM him and let him know I saw you on Speak Up Sis podcast and you offer a 30-minute free consultation before the new year. No, he said before December, by December 24th is what he said. So let him know that you saw him here and that's why you're messaging him. Get on his calendar and allow him to help you to work through some things, and then you may quite possibly decide you want him to be on your team, and you may not want him on your team, but you can at least learn from him and accept what it is that he has to share with you in those 30 minutes. And this is just the strategist in me. I also want to say this. Already sit down and have some questions formulated for CJ. You need to already have some thoughts. You need to already, have something to, don't just call and say, I called because you said you're going to give me 30 minutes and I just got so much in my head. No, don't do that. Sit down with a sheet of paper and a pen and write out what is it that you want? What do you think you're doing? What do you think the vision is? What do you think the mission of whatever it is that you're doing? Have some specific questions, right? Don't just show up with nothing because you're going to waste the time. So you think about it, write it down, and actually go to the table with something to make your 30 minutes productive. Okay. I am going to say I am done. CJ, I'm gonna let you have the floor. And if I don't see any questions for you, we're gonna wrap for the day, okay?
All right. Okay. Okay, just go ahead in case you want to connect. Just search my name on Facebook or Instagram. Let's connect. Or if you want to have that 30-minute consultation, right? So, like I always say, and I keep saying it, right? Dreams are already happening, but is yours happening? Right, every other time, every other day, dreams are happening, people are building, people are deploying, people are birthing ideas, new stuff are coming, new technology is coming out, right? What new is coming out from you? What new thing is coming out from your business? What new stuff are you curating? What new idea are you adding up? What is the next version of your dream? What is the next version of your vision? What is the next version of that thing that you are doing? That is always what I call the next. There is always the next conversation. There is always the next version, right? If you do not have the next version of your dream, that means that you are not updating yourself. You are not updating the vision. You are not updating the mandate that God has given to you, because the path of the righteous is like a shining light that shines brighter and brighter onto a more perfect day. So here is the idea: newness is always taking place, new concepts are always happening. It's time for you to decode what the new is. Right, new things are happening. What is the new thing happening with your vision? You need to understand that there is what is called the next version of that dream you are running. That means you need to keep updated, keep it updated, keep updating yourself, keep updating your spirit as well, because if it's not happening in you, it cannot happen outside of you. If it's not taking place inside of you, it's not going to take place outside of you, right? So it's what is happening inside of you that the world can see and experience at a level. So what I'm going to tell you is that your dream needs an update, And if it's going to curate the next level of impact, it needs to be updated. Update yourself and get to build next year, right? So I'll be looking out to talking with you, chatting with you on Facebook as you get connected, right? Remember, you can build $1 million brand with a minimum wage brand ethics. If you're going to build something that the world is going to experience at a level, you need to go standard. You need to express it at a level that people from every part of the world can see you and believe, right? So in business, here's the last thing I have to say. In business, people don't work by faith, they work by sight, right? In business, this is business, strictly business. In business, people don't work by faith, they work by sight. They want to see you do stuff before they can connect with you. What are you doing? If they can't see you, they can connect with you, right? You need to show up, you need to keep talking, keep expressing, right? Keep doing. Remain consistent. If you're not consistent, you'll fizzle out in no time, right? So consistency is the name of the game. If you quit in your third year, nobody's going to know you in your fourth year. If you quit in your fifth year, nobody's going to know you in your sixth year. Trust me, dreams are already happening, and you need to make sure that yours isn't dead yet, right? Keep pushing, and we'll see when we'll see next year talking about same thing, branding, creating ideas at a level that the world can appreciate and be humbled at, because the greater one lives in us. And I'm looking forward to working with you, having a conversation with you, so we build the next level of that vision, right? Thank you so much for getting connected today. Thank you, Speak Up Sis. Thank you for everyone who connected. We're looking forward to doing more next year, right?
Yes. And I want to shout out Tiana T. How dare you, sis? How dare you have the audacity to click off my show to go book sessions with CJ? That's what we are talking about. We are talking about having the audacity. This is the year of building, of sustaining, and or building sustainably and getting it done, making it happen. Go do the thing. So shout out to Tiana T for sending her session request to CJ Benjamin. I look now, little sis, you already know. I look, I'm looking to see the fruit. Understand? You already know. I'm going to be looking to see what's going to come from that session. So, yes, Belinda, they're laughing at me. Yes, she got the audacity. Okay. So what she say? It's all love. You see, I came right back. That's right, sis. I love you. I love you. I love you. So listen, let me know, let us know in the chat. And I think we announced this the last time. Are y'all still good with CJ and I doing a regular Speak Up Sis podcast episode um, about branding for the new year? Y'all want to see it? Let me see it. Put a 1 in the comments. If yes, give me a 2 if you don't really care about this. If you want to see Speak Up Sis have a regular encouraging experts episode with CJ Benjamin where we talk about branding and we bring you all into the conversation to help you with your businesses in 2024, put a 1 in the comments. Yeah, you ain't gotta just put 1. You can say heck yeah. You can say whatever you want as long as we know it's an affirmative. If that's what you want, I'm going to give it to you. Tiana says, "Can sustainability and branding be a topic? Does that determine whether we get a 1 or a 2?" Tiana, if we say no, do we get a 2 or do we get a 1? Regard, I'm just messing with you. Absolutely, we can talk about sustainability and branding as a topic. CJ, you want to jot that down? To talk about
All right,
we'll do one of our encouraging expert segments where we focus on sustainability and branding and how they work together.
right,
All
absolutely.
right, jot that down. Thank y'all. Kay Hunter says 1, give stars. This is great. Thank you. People, they need to give us some stars. That's what I'm talking about. Good, good, good stuff. Hey, Ellie, how you doing, sis? She says 1, and if I can help with the visual, I am game. Listen, let me just say this. Give me a moment, CJ. I know you got to run because you're a busy man. I want to say something about Elizabeth Marie Higdon. I'm thinking that's Marie, not Mari, but Marie. One thing, y'all, I have noticed about Elizabeth is that, and I want you to hear my heart in this because I think it's something that people find difficult to do, but I think she does it very well. She has a heart to be helpful. She has a heart to show up and want to give and do. But Elizabeth, excuse me, I can call her Ellie, y'all can't. Elizabeth has learned how to be helpful, kind, and do it genuinely and authentically. At the same time, she knows how to promote herself at the same time. Let me tell you, that's a skill that's hard for a lot of people. It was hard for me. I did a lot of helping and doing, but neglecting what I needed to. And I want y'all to notice what Elizabeth did. She said one, which she's saying, yes, I want more of this, right? So she's encouraging us, she's supporting what we're doing. Then she says, I can help you with the visuals too. You got to know who she is and what she does. She's a photographer. Do you understand? She is you, and you would ask yourself, how some people say, you know what, how is she all on somebody else stuff talking about she want to help? That's what we're talking about, having an audacity, being gutsy, being able to say, I love what you're doing. I want to support what you're doing, but hey, I do this too. And I don't mind being a part of this. It's how you grow, it's how you build teams, it's how you connect. So I just want to shout you out, Elizabeth, because I've noticed that it doesn't matter where you are. Somehow the pinup photographer is going to get in there. People are going to see you, know you, and be a part of that. That is a beautiful gift that many people do not know how to do because they feel like people are going to talk about them. You know, she always trying, right? Why she always this ain't about, right? A lot of people won't step out there because they are afraid of what other people are going to say. And I bless the Lord that you're not like, and if you used to be, I don't know, but you're not like that as far as I know. And so the rest of you need to be like Elizabeth and know who you are, know what you're supposed to be doing, know how to genuinely support other people, and at the same time, open up your mouth and speak up, sis, about what you have going on too and how it fits the people that you're around. Okay. Elizabeth says, my dad said, if you ain't trying, you ain't winning. Girl, I love it. If you ain't trying, you ain't winning. I absolutely love it. Kay Hunter says, lift each other and help. Absolutely. Hello, Sade. Thank you. You're going to have to catch the replay, sis. She says, yes, that's very hard for me. So I send kudos to you, Elizabeth. See, I told you that's an issue right there for people. But Elizabeth, you doing it, honey. You're doing it. And with that, everybody, I appreciate you all for tuning in for the Starting and Scaling Your Brand mini series here on Speak Up Sis podcast, where CJ Benjamin has been our expert guest. And he has delivered so much information in these, past 5 or 6 episodes. And since you all love listening to him and you love his all of his nuggets, then I'm going to bring him back on in 2024 for Speak Up Sis podcast, Encouraging Experts. He will be my co-host for the Encouraging Experts session, and it happens once a month. And we're going to be bringing you all on as guests to talk about your businesses and get feedback from the expert CJ and from the encourager Angel. We're going to have a wonderful time. So go ahead, make sure you go to the podcast page, speakupsis.com podcast, and submit to be a guest on Speak Up Sis podcast, and make sure that you click Encouraging Experts segment so that we know which segment you want to be a part of. And with that, I love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. We're signing out for 2023, but we got some great things in store for 2024. All I want to say is be big, be bold, be audacious, and go build in 2024. But make sure you build sustainably because you want to last. All right. CJ, we good?
Right. See you next year. Thank you
See.
so much. And Merry Christmas in advance. All right.
That's right. Happy holidays, everyone. We'll see you in 2024. And listen, go listen to the replays of Speak Up Sis podcast. We're already at 12,000 plus plays of our podcast. Woo! We can up those numbers before the new year
Right.
if you all go listen to all the old episodes you've never heard. If you're new to Speak Up Sis podcast, go listen to Speak Up Sis podcast old episodes while you get prepared for the new year. Y'all take care and be blessed.